Hey guys, so today I'm here with Tish's, also known as Autosocial UK's, Fiat Abarth 595 competition zone, or however you say it. So I'm really excited because I've never been a huge fan of Fiat 500s, I've not been that sort of girl, but I've heard great things about the Abarth and Tish has said how much fun it is. So let's have a quick look around first and then let's get going and see whether this car is actually going to surprise me. Now straight away, the colour is just incredibly striking. It stands out, and that is for sure, but it also does look sporty. So you've got the gorgeous green with the black accents, which just make it pop and stand out and look that little bit meaner than your typical Fiat 500 or Abarth. You've got some awesome 17-inch alloys there that again really complement everything with all the decals on it as well. So it's small and not much really there, so like you say, it's a short wheelbase as well, which is going to make the handling quite fun. It still has the Abarth Fiat 500 look, but it's just upgraded. So you have the quad tailpipes as well, which makes you know it's going to be loud, which Tish has warned me, so I'm quite excited to see how that is. Now of course, with it being a little car, let's see what the boot space is like. That is a really good boot size. I mean, you can definitely get your week's worth of shopping in there, a couple of suitcases. You can't really complain at that at all. Now inside, you can feel the quality when you open the doors, but it's got some lovely sport seats here, which again add to the sportiness look. But as you can see here, there isn't that much room in the back. So with it being a 4-seater, it's more a 2-seater with room for a couple of kids. Bit of suede Alcantara there, and again on the steering wheel with some carbon fibre bits on it as well, which again is adding that sporty look. 5-speed manual here, which is a nice easy gear stick to use. The only confusing thing is the windows are in the centre here, but that's something you get used to. It's quite spacious inside, but let's actually have a drive of it and see how we feel when we're inside. Right, so Tish said this is very loud, so let's actually hear how loud it is. Really good. The whole seating position and gear stick, I feel very tipped forward and towards the pedals, the gear stick. It's all a bit bizarre, but I think it's more just something that you get used to rather than being odd for the car. Oh, even where the clutch is positioned is a little bit different. Whoa, there's a chicken. Down to where the clutch is, gearbox, it's all just different to what I'm used to. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just what I'm used to as a driver, so don't ever let that put you off. The suspension is a little bit bumpy, but that's just the type of spec this one is. But it does just feel like a little pocket rocket. I'm really impressed actually. It's very easy to drive and you feel sporty. You don't feel like you're just tootling around, you do feel like you're in a really sporty car. So yeah, I'm impressed. Okay, so where's the sport button? There it is, so. That is more like it. It sounds so good. I love it. I've always been a bit sceptical about Abarth, just because they've still got the Fiat 500 blonde Starbucks girls vibe. But I don't feel like I'm in a Fiat 500. I do feel like I'm in something sporty and something exciting. Even in sport mode, driving normally, it's quite comfortable. I don't think I'd like to go on a terribly long journey in it just because of the seating position. The seating position doesn't quite suit me. The seats are quite hard as well, like they're not really soft, comfortable seats. But I think it's just something you maybe get used to a little bit more. So handling wise, you can chuck it around. There's a little bit of understeer when you're pushing it, but it's nothing serious. I've been in cars with worse understeer, so I think the short wheelbase helps with that because obviously they're such a diddy car. They just go and stick round the corner. With it in Sport, obviously it increases the throttle response, and one thing I'm finding for leisurely driving, every little input on the throttle is kind of a bit of a jump on the acceleration. But it's switchable, so it's not an issue. You can change it back to just being a bit more of a gentle acceleration. But I'm getting severe cramp in my ankle from the position of the pedals. That is one little issue. Because it's a competition zone, I'm always going to say that wrong, please don't judge me. It's got the lowered sport suspension, it's a lot stiffer, it's a lot harder ride, but handling wise you can notice a bit of a difference. There's not much body roll, so it's kind of worth the bumpiness for the performance. I think it's something that you make do with. It does though handle the bumps pretty well. I mean, it's not chucking you all over the place with them. It's got a good presence on the road. It's very glued, I think is a good word. The car, the steering wheel is actually huge. Everything feels quite big and bubbly. It's really good speedometer on it, and all the system is quite straightforward and simple, which makes life a lot easier, to be honest. You can't really complain at that. With it being so small, it's so easy to park. So of course, as always, let's have a little look inside. So like I said, the steering wheel is quite large. The way you're sat and the car is very comfortable to hold, and it is a nice grip and feel. We've got a nice large speedo there, so you can't miss what speed you're doing, and it has everything you need from your fuel to your rev match. And it's a very clear sight, which I think because you are sat so upright, you can see it nicely through the steering wheel. You've got the awesome turbo bar and sport bit there, which has got to be the favourite bit, and a nice big, easy to use sat nav here, the best button there. But like I said, the gear stick's quite in a weird place for where you sat, and the handbrake's quite low down, but all in all, the performance of the car and everything, I'm quite impressed. I think it's just done really well, to be honest. So the competition zone, it is a 1.4 litre petrol engine giving you 177 horsepower. Now, the cars are small, they don't weigh a great deal compared to a lot of curb weight on your traditional hot hatches, stuff like that. So I think that's why it feels so zingy and feels so fun. I think because it's so small, it's got a lot of noise and just presence with the bright green. It's great. I really didn't think I was going to enjoy this as much as I am doing, so I'm a little bit shocked, to be quite honest. So it's got Brembo brake discs, which obviously are quite a reputable brand, and it just means the stopping power is pretty good on it. So let's just see how good. So from 60, oh, it did put a hazard on for us though. Those brakes are impressive. I think this would actually be really good fun on track. I don't think it'd be the quickest, it won't be the best handling. It grips up very quickly, even when there is a little bit of understeer. As soon as you just lift off for a second, it's ready to go. So I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I think I must have said that about 5 times already. It doesn't like you pressing the brakes hard. It sort of flickers the hazard at you. That is the one trouble. One issue. So 0 to 60 in this little pocket rocket is 6.7 seconds. So when you're looking at your hot hatches, like things like Ford Focus ST, it's got a good buy, and it will give them a bit of a run for its money. I'd love one of these as a daily. I think that's what I'm aiming for now. Small, it's easy to drive, you can still have a ton of fun in it, and it's practical. It's not the biggest of cars, but you don't need a huge boot all the time. So, to conclude, my Abarth 595 Competition Zone, however you say it, don't judge my Italian accent. Yeah, it is a pocket rocket. That's all you can really say. There's a few issues, like the brakes have a bit of a hissy fit sometimes if you brake too hard. The seating position isn't the best, it's not the most comfortable, but it's so much fun to drive, and if you're not doing loads and loads of miles and you want something that's a little run around, but if you do go on those country roads, you can sort of chuck it around and have a bit of fun, then this is the car for you. It's zingy, it's fun, it's got the quality, you feel like you are in a nice car. The sport button is the best button. But I think that's the thing with this car, is it's a whole lot of noise and a lot of fun as well. So you guys know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!